Hey, Mark, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, Grady? How you been?
I am fantastic. How was your holiday New Year's?
It was really good. We had a lot
Yep.
of family time. Just finished a ski trip.
Yep.
You're looking sharp today,
Oh,
dude.
well, thank you. You as well. Got to dress up for our friends at Bombas, of course.
Are you wearing any of my socks today or not? Huh?
I am not, but I'm going to have to get a pair. I was on your website yesterday. I saw that you guys are doing t-shirts now, underwear, the whole
Underwear.
nine yards.
You need to get some of our underwear, dude. Come on.
Yes. You
So,
guys are crushing it. So I was really excited to hop on a call and hear about what you guys are working on. It looks like you guys are really building out your brand.
yeah, it's a blessing to have such a wonderful mission. Other than we make the best products. I mean, they're the best, but the
Absolutely.
mission involved in it too just makes it a glamorous job, fun. You
Well,
know.
and I saw the other day you guys donated over 45 million pairs thus far, which is insane. You should be so proud of that.
There's nobody that could have predicted that. I mean, somebody did, but that was on a spreadsheet somewhere that was not going to
Yep.
happen. But it's
Who
happening.
knew when you guys were on Shark Tank that you'd be the next big thing in America? It's just incredible. So
Fun to be
kudos to
part
you.
of. I'm just playing a little small role, but it's fun to be part of it. So
Yeah, for sure. Well, I was super excited to chat with you guys. Obviously, you had a killer 2020 amidst the chaos. It was great to see you guys triumph. I'm really interested. Obviously, you guys have been using Slack. We're super excited that you guys have been enjoying the platform. But now that we're into a new year, we are excited to learn a little bit about what you guys have been loving, what gaps we might be able to figure out. We have some upgraded plans that we think might be a benefit. So, kind of kicking us off, what are your goals for 2021? What are
yeah,
your
I mean,
aspirations for the
I've
year?
been pretty direct with you in the past, Grady, and we like Slack. It has done wonderful for our ability to collaborate in our company. I mean,
That's
so
excellent.
to be able to set up different channels of communication so that people don't have to sort through their 500 emails every single
Sure.
day and they know exactly where to look for what information. It's just been a blessing. But that was, we were 50 people when we started this journey. Now we're 1,000 and now we're global. There is no 8 to 5 anymore on the East Coast. It's global
Absolutely.
hours. So we gotta become a big boy. I mean, we're an enterprise, right? So the reason I'm considering an upgrade or looking at competitive products as I should, to make sure I'm getting my value. Um, Security. I mean, we're a
Mm,
philanthropy company, and there's a lot of regulations when you make donations. Believe it or not, they want to know.
absolutely.
So you got to have good security, good compliance, single sign-on. We're touching all kinds of tools. We have a lot of vendors, a lot of things going on, and you can't sign on to every app every time. You need single sign-on.
Jane.
Um,
Yep.
and support. I mean, we don't have enterprise support. We don't have 24/7 support. I mean, so,
Absolutely.
those all sound normal that we probably should have done this a while ago, but we're not. We're going to do something now. Uh,
Yep.
but those are the issues: single sign-on, security, support. Kind of the main
Well,
reasons why I'm considering a change. Okay.
well, I mean, that's great. And that's completely normal, especially when you're in this growth phase. You guys obviously are going to keep growing, especially as you're jumping into different markets, especially in terms of apparel. I saw also on your website, you're doing the affiliate program. Like you mentioned, you have these external partners that you're bringing in. Obviously, security is so important, especially in 21st century. So for us, we were excited when we kind of heard these things, and it's great to hear from you as well, because we think that the platform as you have it has been great up until now, but there's definitely room for some growth here.
Yep.
A couple things that we offer with the upgrade that I think would be of benefit to you guys. First and foremost, you mentioned the support. We guarantee 99.99% uptime, which is really unique for the industry. No one does that high of a number. Usually it's 99.9. We go even further because we want to make
Okay.
sure, obviously, this is a tool, especially in a remote world. It is your bread and butter. You can't do anything
I
without
mean,
it.
business stops if this thing's not running. You know that, Grady,
Right.
right?
Exactly. Exactly. And we don't want that because when businesses shut down, you're not making money. So we want to make sure that that's our priority. So first and foremost, I think that's one of the biggest things that you're going to see. Obviously, if there is something that happens and we ever drop down beyond that number, we pay you 100-fold. We want to make sure that we give back to show you and to prove to you that we really believe in this. The other piece of this that I think is really helpful to you guys is the upgrade from the 10 gigs to the 20 gigs. Obviously, when you're bringing in, like you mentioned, 1,000 people, you're going to have so many files and documents
Yep.
and messages that are flooding your platform. So you'll be able to keep those and keep tabs on those, save files to each channel. You don't have to lose them. You can even export. So if you want to export your messages, if you want to keep track of a conversation, how
Well,
does that
I mean,
sound
to be
to you?
compliant, you got to keep these things for a while, right? I don't remember, everything's
Absolutely.
different, but we're going to have to, right? And we will have to export some because some of them have longer retention requirements. You
For
bet.
sure.
Okay.
And out of curiosity, what have you guys been utilizing the most in terms of integrations? Because I know obviously Slack, one of our competitive advantages is the amount of integrations we have. So
Yeah,
are
I
there
mean,
any right now
we
that you
use
guys
G
have been
Suite.
using?
We're a G Suite customer, so we
Yep,
use that. Um, so obviously that's critical, but we're also communicating with a lot of outside vendors. So we're having to talk to Okta, talk to other different tools. So yeah, I mean, but we're not a homogeneous environment. It's not like we're talking to just one vendors, right? Lots
sure.
of vendors, right?
Absolutely.
And I think you guys integrate with many vendors, right? Many, many.
I'm glad you mentioned Okta. It's really great to hear that. So one of our biggest competitive advantages right now, and we're really excited about this, is the SAML integration. So basically what that means is, are you familiar with what that means and
I,
how to
I'm,
use
a,
it?
I'm I know what SAML is,
Yep.
but yeah. So
Yeah.
it's a
So
single sign-on tool, right? So
absolutely. So obviously, in our world of cloud computing, you've got Microsoft Teams, G Suite, like you mentioned, Zoom, LinkedIn, all these different logins. And because of the level of security that these things need, we find that employees and people that are involved in organizations, they create passwords that aren't necessarily the strongest, and that's where the data can be breached. So SAML is the best way. It's basically to tokenize your login to make sure that things are safe, especially right now. Obviously, you want to make sure your data is secure because this
yeah,
data is king. So we definitely keep that at the forefront of the upgrade, and
okay.
we think that something like that would be a benefit to you guys. Obviously, if something ever goes wrong, it's a headache. So it's avoiding that headache to come up in the future and potentially breach your bank accounts and private accounts. So how does that sound to you? Does that sound like something you guys would be able
Yeah,
to
I mean, I
utilize?
don't think it's my security guys have said it's required. It's not even optional. We're gonna have
Absolutely.
to go to it. So okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially as you guys are bringing in external people. It's
Yeah,
so important.
and we have
Well,
contractors and
yep.
all those things that any complex 1,000-person environment has, right? So
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, that's great to hear that your team is on that as well
yeah.
and kind of share that appreciation for it. Well, I mean, that sounds great. I mean, this is great to
But
hear.
what about the pricing here? I mean, this is going to cost, I'm sure. I mean, we're kind of used to paying one number. I'm
Yep.
sure it's a different number. I've looked on your website. I just wanted to understand, and I've kind of talked to Google a little bit, but tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm happy to. So you guys are at the 667 for your price per person per month. The price goes up with the plus, Slack Plus, to 1250 if you do it yearly and 15 a person if you do it monthly. So it's a better deal if you do the year. Um,
We do annually now,
yep.
so I don't think that would be a problem to continue annually, and that's a pretty big discount.
Absolutely. Well, from my opinion, it's always better to take full advantage of it. People who do the 15 and do monthly, they always kick themselves afterwards and say, I should have just done the yearly because they always stay with us. So I think that if you do the 1250, you're going to have a killer deal and you're gonna appreciate it long term. And in terms of the pricing, you mentioned Google. We try to stay competitive with the different competitors out there in terms of pricing. I think the numbers and our ratings kind of stand for itself. We do tend to be more of a premium product. We tend to be like $1.50 or $2 more than Google charges, but we have a much higher rating. Our reviews are 4.6. They have about 4.5. So we stay a little bit above the industry average in terms of ratings because people are ultimately more productive. The 30% increase in collaboration. You see a lot of collaboration taking place amongst your team. I mean, obviously, the big thing right now in tech is design. Design is everything. If you have a beautiful design that's easily understandable, you have a loyal customer, and that's what we really try to provide. We find that with our channels and also having threads, having those two things in tandem with each other, they work really well. Google tends to stay more in the threads, which works well for some organizations, but we find that a lot of their customers are coming to us because they really like having that flow and that efficiency. So how does that sound to you in terms
Sounds
of?
good. I mean, I think the thing that I looked at Google is, yeah, I mean, their price is about the same. I think I could
Yep.
probably get them down because we're a GC customer, but the heterogeneous integration is a problem for us there. I mean, they do great with integrating with Google, but I don't know how they do with all the other ones. So,
Absolutely.
when you're king, you don't have to do a lot. They come to you. So,
Absolutely. Well, and I mean, and that's why we have over 1,000 integrations. We want to make
yeah,
sure that people have whatever platform they already use. We don't want to add any other headaches. They don't need to switch 10 different platforms. You take what you have and you bring it into our platform. It's super easy. And you're
how
not
hard is this to upgrade? I mean, is this like a pain in the butt and it's going to take months or what?
under a minute. We could do this really fast. On your Slack, you guys are already on standard, so you're already ahead of the game. All you do is you go up to the top left corner where it says your company name, there's a little arrow, and it says you are on a standard plan, and then it says see plans to upgrade. And once you click that, you're pretty much set to go. If you've put a payment method in before, you're all set. So it's really easy to do that. And I think that if we could get you guys going in the next couple of days, or in the next week, once you guys start to talk with your team, make sure this is something you guys are comfortable with doing. We could definitely support you in making sure that we can even hop on a call with your team and show you the different capabilities, whatever is easiest for you guys, so that you don't have to
No,
spend.
I think we've done all our homework now. It's just now making the final decision.
Absolutely. Well, that's great.
And 1250 is the price.
1250 billed yearly, and I think that that would be the best bet for you guys. I don't think that you would regret it one bit. Like I said, the people who try it, they always stay, because they're really happy with the support that we can provide for them.
Okay.
So I definitely think this is something we should definitely try out. You can always, if you're more comfortable with the 15 for the monthly, you're more than welcome to do that if that's what you guys are comfortable with. Whatever kind of gets you guys to that next step, we're more than happy to support you in that.
Okay. All right.
Excellent. So why don't we do this? I can send you over a document where it shares a little bit about the upgrade, the directions on how to do it with some photos, just so you can kind of walk through that. Like I said, it shouldn't take more than a couple minutes. And then I can follow up with you in the next couple of days via email. We can maybe schedule a call for next week. And I can see what you guys are thinking so far. If you have any questions, any concerns, things you don't know how to set up, we can definitely streamline that so it's efficient for you.
Okay. I'm good. I'm good.
Cool. Well, why don't we set up a time? Do you have some time early next week that we can schedule a time to chat?
Yeah. I mean, I'm wide open next Monday and Tuesday. So
Monday? Cool. How's noon right after lunch?
perfect.
Noon on Monday. You got it. And I have your email, so I'll shoot you over a calendar invite, and yeah, we can follow up then.
All right. Hey, Grady, thanks a lot. And we love doing business with you guys. It's really
Well, thanks, Mark. It was great to see you, and great to hear that all is well, and you're back from Utah. So
God bless you. And I hope to see you live soon. Okay.
I hope so as well. Take care.
Take care.